Mindset is critical to making the right decision at the right moment. It's that difference between doing something and then regretting it after, and doing something and accepting that, hey, I did the right thing at the right moment. Looking at this whole idea behind change and positive change and how we get positive mindsets moving in that right direction. The last few videos have really stood up on people and toxicity, and the emails that came in from people really showed some contrasting ideas and stuff that we often hear about. In this email, it's a good one because we got to look at this from a perspective of how positive change affects us versus that negative change, that negative self-talk. And when we don't want to see change occur, what we actually do is stall the process, and it ends up hurting us even more. This email really shows something important here, so let's jump into it. Hi Nikos, I came to your channel after being recommended by a friend. I am loving your new stuff. Video work is clearly showing effort. Tell your friend I say thank you. I really appreciate it, and thank you for the compliment on the videos. I've been working hard on them. I'm going to be launching a new channel as well for the Nikos Rentas story behind all this stuff, so maybe it'll help people with them starting up their own online efforts. I was wondering, what is your opinion on a failing business that has been in operation for the last 15 years? I have tried everything to make it work, but the last 5 years we keep losing money. My business partner screwed me even more. It has caused problems with my marriage. My husband just hates me trying. Look at all these words. We paid consultants thousands. They have recommended, we implemented, we have failed. I only have enough cash to do one more run at it. I feel overwhelmed and hate not seeing this work. Would you close up shop or do one more run? You know the answer of what I'm about to say. You know it. You're emailing me for me to agree with you on what you really want me to agree with you, so you can keep going down this, rabbit hole, digging a bigger hole for yourself, and encouraging you to do the wrong thing. So instead, what I'm going to do is really look at this from a perspective of reality and what you're actually emailing me. I'm reading this email in a sense of the most negative thing I can see somebody saying in order for me to agree with them to continue doing what they're doing and justify what they're doing. The time you're losing over the last 5 years has been immense, and the money you've spent has been immense. So when I look at this and you're saying, would you close up shop or do one more run? I think you've been here. I think you've done one more run several times, and that's given away by the fact that you've consulted with people and you've tried things and you've failed. That line right there should have came up as, they weren't successful or something like that, not you failed. Your husband hates me trying. Why do you think your husband hates you trying? Just the way you're writing it, hates me trying. It's just, all of it is just, you are just upset. And my business partner screwed me even more. How did your business partner screw you? I need to know a lot more details about this drama story that you have here, because the reality is that your partner, what probably happened is, if your partner's still in the business, which you saying that means no, they probably left after they saw the business starting to go downhill. They're probably not making as much money. You're probably going, hey, I'm a cheerleader, let me get it going, don't worry, trust me. They're probably investing more money and spending all this time, and they decide, you know what, I got to do something else with my life, and they bounced, and you got upset with it, and it may have been after 1 or 2 consultations that you spent money on. I feel overwhelmed and hate not seeing this work. All of this is telling me ego. Ego is doing the decisions for you. You are making decisions based on fear, based on you wanting success so bad you're willing to destroy anything and everything around you in order to see success. A business that is running for 15 years and for the last 5 years is failing is how can you even ask, hey, like, you know, would you give it one more run on it? How many runs did you give it? A. B, how much money have you actually spent? C, clearly for you to be still in the game, you're either getting money from somebody to, complement the losses, which probably is your husband, because you're saying he hates that I'm still trying. So he's probably doing something like that, and he's providing you with that opportunity to keep going. And then at the other side of things, we're looking at it from the perspective of, how do I say this? The nicest way I can say it is this way. There comes a time in everybody's life where they need to make decisions that are best for people around them, not just about them. And in this case, it seems that you're wanting to, and you're needing that urge to see success is all in that mindset of yours where you're creating that vision down the future and forgetting reality exists. What I would be doing in this scenario is looking at everything you have done in the last 5 years. I'd be looking at everything. And then I'd go one more year before that. What did you do in year 10 when you were still making money? What were the things that you were successful in that year? What was actually happening? Pull out the accounting books and actually look at those. Next, I want you to actually have all the accounting stuff ready and see all the monies there. What is actually happening with the monies there? What has happened in the last 5 years? What are the percentage decreases? What is the reality of what's happening? And then you want to write down everything the consultants told you to do, and did you actually implement them 100% for the timeline they said, and what could have been tweaked with them to make them successful, not failed, as you say. And then I would walk away from it and I would give it time, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and I would really start writing down all the decisions you have made based on integrity, based on your values, your principles, what is reality, and then of course on the other side, all the decisions you made based on your ego, fear of losing the business forever. You know, you might have a cash flow that's coming in to sustain yourself, to pay the rent and everything, and you know, and then your husband's complimenting you, your husband's supplementing you for the rest. But the idea really is, okay, what are the decisions I'm making, the critical ones, with my ego, based on the fear, based on me not wanting to give up. When you get to that spot, then you can ask yourself, all right, where am I at? How can I push away this whole negative chatter and really, really allow myself to accept what is happening? I would have a conversation with my husband and start talking to him about everything you're doing right now, and have the ability to sit down with them and review everything that you've listed out. And then what I would do is look at the reality of the things and ask myself, that extra cash that I don't know how much you have, that extra cash, how much is it that I can survive of it with, you know, within a period of a year? Is it 3 months, 6 months, a year? And then what is the bare minimum I need? And then from there, how much money do I actually have to do some kind of implementation? From there, I would go into looking for somebody who can review all these documents. And you don't have to go back to a consultant. It could be a marketing coach, or it could be just a strategist coach. For me, for instance, I would go through everything and I would strategize your best opportunity to see success in a few options. And I would say, what are the things you believe are good and you want to try? What are the things I believe? And then we would put them together. We would have a discussion over the opportunities that exist, and then you would be left with a few opportunities to choose from. They're your choice. You need to make that decision. What ends up happening from that is that your mind starts processing everything, and it looks at all of these scenarios, and your job is to make a decision. And this decision has to be based on integrity. If it's not based on this integrity, your principles, your values, what's going to happen is you're going to be making it off your emotions. You're going to be making it off that side of the ego, and the ego is literally gonna make the best decision based on survival at that moment. So what ends up happening is, doesn't matter what decision you make, down the road you're gonna regret it when you use the ego. So if you say, hey, you know what, I looked at everything, there's no way I want to spend that much money, I'm done. Or if you look at it from a perspective of, I'll give it one more try, you're gonna implement it. If it succeeds, then everything's done. Like the world moves forward. But if it fails and you give it one more try, okay, and you should close up shop after that, which I don't think you will, but hey, say this is the last time, you're gonna go down the road and you're gonna start thinking about it. Negative chatter will come in. You're gonna get into this negative world, and then it doesn't matter what you did, you're basically at the end of the day making a false narrative, and you will regret either decision. Now, on integrity, on the idea of looking at what is real and saying I've given it my all, and really sitting down and going through it and rationalizing everything, and really following your values, your principle, your integrity, making those critical decisions based on that positive chatter of what reality is, well, now you're going to be able to say, I'm going to give it one more shot. This is how much money I'm going to allocate, and this is what I'm going to do 3 months, 6 months, a year. Or you're just going to, hey, I gave it my effort, this isn't worth it, I'm done. And that will speak way more to you than anything else, because you will walk away, and no matter what, doesn't matter what's happening, what people are saying, doesn't matter anything, you're gonna walk out with your head on high and say, I made the right decision at the right time. And because I made the right decision at the right time, well, everything is as it should be. I can go do whatever, and who knows, maybe in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you've taken what you learned and you go do something new that brings immense amount of success that, maybe this just wasn't working, who knows. Or maybe you go do it and you try it out and off you go and it does work. There's always things that will occur that you're not expecting when you try new things, and you don't know what's going to work. You don't know what won't work 100%. You just know that if you try, it may work. The question is, how much money do you have to try these things? How much time do you have to try these things? How much energy do you have to try these things? My name is Nico Zorantos. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit a like if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button. And leave a comment below. Maybe you've been in a similar situation with a good positive ending, and who knows, maybe somebody will read it and it might help change a life.